Blazing Hit Radio.
I love that morning show.
Now with more Us.
They wake me up.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathy.
In the morning, in the shower.
And yes, we are on. Thanks to Mike, producer Bolt. I hate calling you. I've been calling you Mikes for so long. It just automatically, my mind goes there. I'm trying to brand you as producer Bolty. Our app went down, and then we were trying to figure it out, and producer Bolty figured it out.
I'm getting better at this stuff.
Happy Tuesday,
Yep.
if there is such a thing. And is it supposed to be cold and like snowing today or something crappy like that?
No, I checked the weather. I think it's in the 30s, gets up to the 40s by the end of the afternoon.
That's kind of cold, but it's not unbearable.
No.
So last night, Kathy's on her way in, by the way. We're giving her a little leeway to come in a little bit later since she's fainting and all. She's turned into a fainting goat. So we want her to, take it easy and take her time getting here. So the thing is, last night, it was a kind of weird day of like, not getting like rock solid sleep. So I kind of try to get it when I can or whatever. And I don't know, I was fading in and out yesterday. And then I went and attempted to maybe crash, and then I couldn't. And then, I don't know, one thing led to another. And so I eventually just went to bed kind of early, not too early, and missed dinner. I just didn't have dinner. So then I was laying in bed with Chris. I was like, do we have dinner? And he's like, no. I was like, that's why I'm like super hungry. So now I'm like double hungry because I haven't had breakfast. But then sometimes when you're like chubby, you're like, why should I be hungry?
Yeah.
Like my body could feed off itself. Right. So, it's like whatever. But we're definitely getting breakfast this morning. And the thing is, it's like, when people say this to you, they're like, well, you're not missing any meals. It's like, oh, that's actually true.
That is the thing.
Right. Some people actually miss the meals on purpose and lose a few.
I'll get like a stomach ache if I miss a meal. Like I've taught my fat body so well to eat every 2 hours that if I miss anything, I'm going to have a tummy ache.
No. And for sure when you get those hunger pains, but it's like they don't really last that long. And then if you get past the hunger pains, you can actually not be hungry. And then you kind of like, that's why you see those people in our day-to-day life who are skinny. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, those people don't have 3 squares every day because they're so busy or whatever, or they have the metabolism of a gerbil.
Yeah, or they just have little snacks with them all the time.
Kind of. I mean, I have a friend, Clint. He's like always been skinny, always.
Yeah, I know Clint.
Right, and I just like I'm sure he eats. I know he has meals, but like I just don't know if he has meals. Like,
right.
The things like the things that start to get people fat is when you think you deserve some sort of dessert for lunch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're like, I worked hard today.
If you're deserting at lunch, you're fat.
Yeah.
And then if you're rewarding yourself throughout the day with other things from 7-Eleven, you're definitely going to get fat.
Yep.
It is about like, hey, I missed a meal. High five instead of like, I'm having a double meal now.
Yeah. Or like if you dip everything in some side of sauce, like
right.
You got to have dipping sauce with every meal.
Hey, we're going to bring this up here in a little bit. When somebody comes to work sick, do you consider that person a hero or an a-hole? Because in some ways, like you're like, oh man, you're the man for coming in. And then in some ways you're like, oh my God, now you're exposing everybody to your illness. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm torn because there's been times where Kathy was super sick, but she still came in and the show was better.
Yeah.
That she came in.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like am okay with her coming in sick, you and Wig coming in sick, and myself coming in sick, but nobody else.
Yeah. Sorry, Aldo.
No. I just think that's like huge at work because half the country has the flu anyway. So I think that most people look at somebody that comes to work as more of an a-hole than somebody who's courageous.
And it could have to do with what kind of worker are you working with here?
Right.
Are they always sick?
Or
and they never tough it out?
Are they like indispensable and you kind of need them? Or you could have stayed home. Now 3 of us got sick.
Yeah, and then it really hurts us.
Right. Hit us up on the text line, or you can call us 303-728-3420. You can also leave us a message on the app. Go to the menu bar and type shout out, and then you can record it and send it to us. What do you think? Somebody that comes to work sick, hero or a-hole? Blazing Hit Radio.
Good morning, you guys.
Now with more Us.
You rock.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and
I
Kathy.
just love you both.
How's your foot?
Good morning. It throbs daily.
Still? Oh, okay.
It sucks.
Yeah. As soon as you put it down, huh?
Right, totally.
So then do you keep it up at night? Like, do you try to put a pillow under it?
I do. It's up at night, but after a while, it's like, this is uncomfortable.
Well, and then it's like sometimes in the middle of your sleep, you're going to just kind of like roll over in a normal way and forget.
Yes.
And then be like, oh, son of a.
Right. So, but it could have been a worse break. I always have to remember that. I could be walking around with a really unattractive boot right now. This one kind of is hidden.
It wouldn't even be broken if that lady hadn't rubbed it and actually broke it. It was fine. It was just a sprain until she got a hold of it. Yuck!
You heard what I did, right, Bolton?
Yeah, you went and got it massaged.
I just happened to be somewhere where there was a masseuse, and she was in between clients, and so she
was
offered.
rubbing it all hard. She even
totally did. She put hot stones on it
right,
and everything.
she was stepping on it. She was jumping on her foot.
She was bending it every which way, though, going, see, if it was broke, I wouldn't be able to do this.
And inside it's all... Anyway, so how much longer do you have to wear that?
Well, I've 1 week down, so
Okay.
as of yesterday. So,
So what's the total?
5 more weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like I'm like the groundhog. It's gonna be 5 more weeks of winter.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like you needed an excuse to not wear heels, but now you have one.
Yeah, although I find it easier to wear the heel because now I only have to wear it on one foot.
Yeah, but now you walk weird.
I
You're
totally
up
am walking
and
weird.
down and up and down.
Because on
and up and
the
down.
TV show, I'm like, it's not as bad when only one shoe. You feel like a kid playing dress up and you can only get one shoe. Whatever.
That should be the theme when you walk across the TV station. I told Mikey that we're hungry, so we're probably going to get some food.
Oh, I couldn't. Where are we going?
I know exactly, but I have to.
I'll buy.
I've been on what do we call this? Open eating, where you don't care. Freestyle. I've been on open eating where it's like, well, I'll have a little mini Snickers.
Yeah, right.
And I got the variety of mini Snickers. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just only have one of each. One almond one, one regular Snickers, a peanut butter one, and then a crunch.
Well, that's how I would play the bag.
Exactly.
Isn't that
But then
how you
it's
do
like,
it?
ugh.
Yeah.
And then not that long ago,
Those are minis, Larry. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Minis add up to maxis.
I know they do.
Yeah, once you pass 4, you're like you're
That's
beyond.
a candy bar.
Yeah, exactly.
size.
Now you're on your second candy bar, fat ass. And then also the donut place went there. Ate a
Voodoo
donut
Donuts?
like it was nothing.
Dude, I am craving voodoo donuts. Been craving them since you talked about them last time.
I know. I just wish I had kale friends. I wish I had like friends that were like, donuts are scary, Larry. Don't get near them.
Right.
Yeah, kale date.
Right.
Psych.
National Salad Day with no dressing.
Donuts.
Just a little lemon.
Donuts are the bully on the playground.
Totally. And then Voodoo's is the best. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not.
The fact you said them, I'm going to try to find a way to get there today.
I'm still on open eating.
Okay.
Haven't converted yet. I've been thinking about what kind of program I'm going to do, because it's pretty sad. Like plant-based people, they all look rail thin, like they're almost sick.
Right.
Yeah, that's not happening here. And you know why?
What?
Because I'm eating things with stuff in it. You know what I mean? Like that donut definitely has
Dairy.
egg and stuff in it.
Right.
Right. So I'm not by the book like those other people. I guess I'm just bad.
Well, your body could be like mine. I mean, I tried to take sugar away from it, and
Right, and you
threw
fainted.
me down the stairs.
It's like, what are you doing?
My body was so angry it threw me down the stairs. We are not getting off of
Not
sugar.
today.
I don't know who told you that.
Yeah.
So I put some sugar back in. I'm probably back to where I started, unfortunately, but.
Right.
Woke up this morning. Today's a new day, and there's a box of chocolates in front of me. Thanks, Larry.
Your body was so mad at you for removing sugar. Your brain was like, let her fall down 3 stairs and break her foot.
Right.
We'll teach this chick a lesson.
She'll go to sugar.
Right.
She'll want that for the recovery.
When she gets to the hospital, they'll put an IV bag of sugar in her.
We'll have her back, boys.
Yeah. So until then,
Right.
I'm still open to whatever you guys want to eat, except I'm still staying clear of anything with a face.
Like
So an
if there was
egg
a
that's
life.
in the thing doesn't have a face, and the dairy that's in the donut
Okay.
doesn't have a face. However, it's like goes back to that whole thing. Are we supposed to be eating dairy anyway?
Okay. Now, does a face qualify for a happy face pancake?
No, that's
Like, that's
fine.
not- you can eat
as long as the
pancake.
lips aren't made of bacon. I can eat that.
Okay.
I just posted this on my
What's the name of the smiley face? What's the pancake?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a
Good morning, Mr. Pancake.
Yeah, exactly.
Good morning, baby.
Exactly.
Okay, so look at this. I just posted this on my page.
Okay.
Okay, this is one of those things that you would just never eat in a million years, and it's an octopus on some sort of Asian bowl.
I can't look at it
And
then.
so they cut the octopus's head off.
That's horrible.
I know, but then they leave it on the plate, and once they pour the soy sauce, it reacts. The muscles, the automatic muscle
Why do
reaction
people
goes.
want that?
And so then on top of
That's
your
so
bowl
cruel.
is tentacles and stuff moving. It's kind of like when you cut a chicken's head off and it still runs around.
Yeah.
It's just the knee-jerk reaction of the muscles.
That is horrible.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Hey, but we're not gonna
Wow.
eat that.
We were on a high, Larry,
Oh, sorry.
until you just brought us down.
Yeah, go back
with
to the
why
Snickers.
you don't eat things with eyes.
Exactly.
Something's suffering.
Coming up next, I'm going to share what happens to dairy cows when you just constantly impregnate them and make them be your milk bitches and you take away their babies.
Oh.
That's an uplifting Tuesday story.
Yeah, did you hear how the bus just ran off the road? Did you hear that?
Hey, good thing there's a Denny's right over there.
Oh, good. Yay!
Let's go get some
Yay!
Woo, everybody.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathy.
All right, so good news, all you men out there going bald. All you have to do to cure the baldness is eat a bunch of McDonald's French fries.
Okay, wait, what?
Right?
Okay,
like,
so wait,
I've got good news for you today.
okay, that is so weird that you bring this up because I saw that. And then on my feed, before I saw that, like probably 4 or 5 stories up,
Yeah.
there was a whole one of those little mini videos that says that McDonald's French fries have something in it that causes like cancer.
Oh,
And it's so
it's good and bad.
Right. So I was like, that's crazy. I was like, well, good thing I don't eat McDonald's French fries. And then I scrolled a little further and I saw what you just said.
Right.
So I'm like, now people are really going to be conflicted today. It's like, I have cancer, but I have a ton of hair,
You know
which I'm
what?
now going to lose as I do chemo.
Right. So that is a vicious
Circle,
cycle.
right.
Right. If you have a good head, risk it, go bald. Right. But if you don't, you're going to have to just risk the cancer with the French fries.
So you just eat it's something about what's in the fries?
Yeah, okay. So, researchers in Japan just announced this new potential cure for baldness, and one of the ingredients are in McDonald's French fries. The chemical is called DMPS, short for dimethylpolysiloxane.
Which is terrifying that because we just thought it was a fried potato.
Yeah.
And now that you know, like, hey, we have some weird chemical in there that's doing something good.
Yeah, no, well, Larry, it's a type of silicone in your French fry, actually.
Okay, then that's why their French fries are so good. They put some weird stuff in them, and I was always wondering why their French fries were always on point.
Always on point, but it's not necessarily the French fry, it's the grease.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So they add this dimethylpolysiloxane to they add it to the fryer grease to keep it from frothing up.
Oh, okay, because you don't want to spill over.
So therefore it'd be in a lot of fried food, actually.
Right, it's also in our fire extinguishers.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Lots of restaurants use it, not just McDonald's, but McDonald's is getting the name sake for it, right?
Okay.
The researchers use it to help mass produce a specific type of cell that helped develop hair follicles.
But the problem is your hair comes back red like Ronald McDonald's. So you have the full head of hair, but it's his.
But you know what? That's good branding.
Right, at least you have hair. It's better than being bald.
Right, every man walking around with the bright red hair, we all know. We all think the golden arches. Look,
Right.
it's McDonald's.
And some guys are like, my roots are showing. It's all red in the...
Yeah, right.
I got to dye it brown.
Right. Dye for men. What's that?
Right,
thing?
just for men
Just
or
for
something?
men, right?
Yeah.
So they did this. They did do the research on mice.
Oh, okay.
But-
So they found 3 mice that had cul-de-sacs on the top of their head. They're like, we found 3 bald mice.
These
3
cells.
bald mice.
3 bald mice. See how they run. Specific type of cell that helped develop hair follicles. They put thousands of the cells onto the skin of mice. So that's not cool.
But they're
Thank
using...
you, mice, for your sacrifice.
Right, but they're using stem cells too. So
Yes.
then that's kind of like if that's involved. Because I've seen, I saw another video. Did you know that since with all this advancement in stem cells, if you lose a tooth, they will grow you one back now, and it'll be the exact same tooth that was there.
What?
And so they're saying that that's the future. So because dental implants, they screw those into your jaw. So stem cells will grow your teeth, and it's supposedly like in a short period of time, like months. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, thank God.
I know, right?
Because I didn't want to get old and be that person that has to take out all their teeth. And,
right. Exactly.
Oh, see? Okay,
That's crazy.
back to this. So, in a matter of days, the mice started growing hair.
Whoa, they all had like gorgeous big man buns, those cute little man buns.
They always required the fan to be on so they could do the Beyonce.
Right. When guys get home from work and they're in their man bun, do they do that slow motion thing where they just pull their hair out
and then they let it go?
Flops everywhere like a Pantene commercial.
Right.
Yeah, sexy.
Researchers think the new treatment that uses a chemical could be a huge leap towards baldness, but it's not the fries, remember, that is going to help you regrow the hair. It's what they do with that silicone and a cell that goes onto your skin.
There's going to be a bunch of bald guys rubbing French fries on their head.
I would do it.
Right.
I would risk it, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, it's like there should have been a cure by now. It's like we send a person to the moon and you can't create a hair follicle or kill one.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like we still haven't done that.
Come on.
Do it.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Now with more
us.
They're just really funny.
Better music,
less commercials.
more Larry and Kathy.
They say like half of the people in the country have the flu. And like everybody, or some sort of illness.
Yes.
And half of us don't.
Right.
So this is definitely like Kathy's show, Walking Dead. We need to stay alive.
Right.
Veer clear of these other people.
Don't go around them.
Right.
I'm sorry if you got to get to the pharmacy because that's where your contact solution is. It's not happening, okay? You're risking seeing The Walking Dead when you head in there.
Right. And it's like...
That's such a good analogy, Larry. That was great.
It's going to just take one drop of flu in our eye for us to all become infected.
Exactly. And
right. And then, so that led to us asking, like, when somebody comes to work, when they're sick, are they a hero or an a-hole?
Yeah.
And, like, I know most people would be like, oh, a-hole. But sometimes, like, that's Meg in accounting. We're not going to get our checks if she doesn't come in.
Exactly. Thank you, Meg. God bless
Thank
you
God
for coming
you came in. And it's like I was telling Mike earlier, doing the show without you or you without me or, without just... It's not the same.
Right.
So when you're sick, you've always come in, and I come in sick. And so we kind of just, and I even remember Kendall coming in sick.
Yes, right.
And we were just.
Wiggins would come in sick.
Right.
You'd come in sick.
Yeah, we did. And so, I mean, I think that we probably got some people sick.
What do you mean? Because we talk really close to a microphone that was used the rest of the day
right,
by
that
other
somebody
people?
else talks in right after. Right. So we're having you hit us up on our Facebook page. We have that posted, but you can text us or call us on the YOLO Rum line 303-728-3420.
Jamie says, it depends if they're contagious or not. I have a good immune system, so I don't care if I'm around sick people. I always try to stay healthy. So Jamie she's risking it every day. She's going into the lion's den.
Well, and we've all been at home when our spouse was sick and we didn't get sick. So it is possible.
It is possible.
But I'm even careful there. Like if Chris is like super sick, I'll be like, I'll just fall asleep on the couch, thanks.
Right. I mean, you'd really have to if you really want to try to avoid it.
Right, because you're going to breathe their stuff all night. Or their pillow's going to become your pillow, and next thing you know, you're sick.
Right. Or I hate it. They're coughing on you through the night.
Oof.
Like the girls, thank God that none of us have gotten sick.
Right. The
we
flu.
have the normal,
cough, cold.
Yeah. Exactly.
Gunk.
Right. But nothing like that's insane. And so I'm just like praying because that's all we do is keep spreading it to each other. The girls share a cup all of a sudden, or, I'm tasting her soup and I just used the spoon.
Oh,
she
no.
had.
Right.
It's so easy.
So we're going to say if you're like imperative to your job, like payroll, imperative.
Right.
Nuclear missile launch, imperative.
Right.
Other than that, stay your ass home.
One more.
Oh, yeah, on radio.
Producer, yeah.
Right. Producer, anything having to do with us.
Yeah.
Right. And then
Welcome
that's it.
to the world, Bolty.
I got you guys.
Yeah, right. You got it? You hearing us? Yeah. We ain't going to put up with you saying you're sick.
Now I'm starting to get sick. No, I'm just kidding.
Nina says, I hate that so many people are scared of getting fired. As in,
right.
Yeah.
Or like all of a sudden you went to work and you were gone for a week and now Helen took over.
Yeah, because Helen got to do your job.
Right. Helen's really good at it.
Because Helen doesn't have kids at home and she has all the time in the world.
Yeah, Helen's single because her name's Helen.
Nina goes on to say, we're human. People get sick. For the love, just let us recover.
No, for sure. I completely and firmly believe that you need to take the time. And if you have a good boss, they're like, go get better.
We'd rather you were away from us getting because kids were going to school sick in some places of the country that the schools are closed down.
Right.
Because they had to like douse the school and
No,
rub
I
everything
saw
down
that.
with antibacterial.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So you definitely have to kind of judge it. Like that lady said, she's like, because there's some point where you're not contagious anymore. So I think in the early stages of your flu or cold, you can be spreading it. But I think after you have it, maybe you're not.
I don't know. I would say also people that work fast food don't come to work while you're
Yeah.
sick. But the problem with that is those people don't
Really need
usually,
their check.
Right.
And they don't. Their boss isn't going to be like, "You're cool.
Right.
Take a sick day."
You know what? I'm still going to pay you for the 8 hours.
Right.
That
or
doesn't
I got
happen.
you. Yeah, I got you.
Right.
Yeah.
Those people need that money.
Right.
Like Melissa's saying, try being a single mom trying to survive, or a father who's raising a family alone. Some people just can't afford to stay home when they're sick. The bills got to get paid.
I know, but if you have like the flu and you're like it's consumed you, it'd be hard to work. You know what I mean? You're like, if you're driving a truck or something like that.
Right. And there's how many people right now are that person really
Right.
sick driving in going, "You're right, Larry.
Right,
Kathy, I shouldn't be going in."
They're one coughing fit from fainting.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean?
And then you have to think about your production. If you come in and you're 60% and don't rest, then you come, and if you did stay home and rest, you might have had 2 more days of 80% of production.
You're right.
So it's kind of like you can blow it for 3 days and just force yourself to go, or get that 1 day of rest and be better at your job those next 2 days.
See, my body does. I don't take a sick day until my body has forced me to.
Right, like when you faint
Right.
outside of a salon.
Exactly.
Right, for sure.
No, I didn't take a sick day. I was still
Right,
here the
exactly.
next day.
Damn it, like we said.
Took
no,
2 faints.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it took 2 faints and
I'm
a
with-
broken foot.
Yeah.
I'm with you though. I'm like that. Like I'm still going in.
Your body has to say, okay,
Yeah,
you
for
can't
sure.
get out of bed.
Right,
Right.
for sure.
Not my brain. It has to be my body.
Tell us what you think. Hit us up on the text line 303-728-3420. Would you rather have a coworker call in sick or come in sick?
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy.
it's Kathy J's Stupid News.
A guy died from chugging 25 energy drinks.
Whoa. So there is a limit.
Yes.
So they're like, consume only 24 or less.
My bad. He almost died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. But now he
Now
wants
we know
to-
the
right,
number.
25's too much.
Right.
And now he wants to ban all energy drinks.
Well, then why were you drinking so many? What was your point?
Right. What was going on? 56-year-old Nick, so old enough to know better.
Right. Like maybe a 22-year-old could do 25.
Yeah.
Although that sounds like way too much of anything.
Of anything, especially that stuff.
Right. Like 25 cups of coffee sounds crazy.
Yes, and we know energy drinks, I mean, they're not the greatest for you. Remember Tony
Right.
V lost his eyebrow?
Right.
56-year-old Nick lives in England,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to ban the energy drinks, and it's Red Bull and Monster.
Okay.
He was pounding them while running a karaoke night at a club a while back. I guess so. 25 while you're doing a club night. Ended up overdosing on caffeine. It happened 8 years ago, and now he's finally
Built up
speaking
the
out
strength.
about it. Yep.
Right. Probably trying to get a lawsuit going or.
Yeah. In 6 hours, he drank more than 25 energy drinks, and his brain started bleeding.
Whoa.
Ended up in the hospital with a brain hemorrhage. Maybe he's been recovering for 8 years. Suffered 3 mini strokes over the next week and still has speech problems.
Damn. Well, that's kind of on you. I mean, because maybe
Right.
after the 10th one, you would probably be already feeling weird.
Right. Because you start feeling all jittery.
Right.
Yeah. Researchers think that, that's for the baldness. My bad. Okay.
Oh, it's
yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Okay. Nick is worried, though, that somebody else could do the same thing. So that's why he's putting out the word.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. A lady threw furniture at her man during an argument over who was going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, dang. So if she's throwing furniture, I mean, she's chucking coffee tables.
A 60-year-old woman named Cheryl. So close to Carol. I was hoping it was going to be Carol.
Cheryl! She's obviously got some upper body strength if she can pick up furniture.
Right, but her name is Cheryl Merrill.
Cheryl Merrill.
Cheryl Merrill.
Oh, that's just mean parents.
Totally.
You know
Why
our
would
name's Cheryl, right?
During the first quarter, her and her man got into a drunk argument over who was going to win. And she got so mad that the furniture she picked up was a wooden shelving system.
Okay.
So still, it had stuff on it.
And that took forever to put together from IKEA.
It did, right.
Right.
Then she chucked it at her man, hit him in the hand. So he, dodgeball.
Sounds like she's a Patriots fan.
She got arrested for aggravated battery. No word on which team either of them were rooting for, but I would go Patriots.
Right, like
fan.
because throwing a furniture at somebody's kind of like cheating. That's not a fair fight. So whatever.
Although throwing furniture isn't tough like Philly.
Right, there you go.
Who
There
knows?
you go.
Yeah. And finally, speaking of Philly, the craziest Philly fan. Crazy. You got to be crazy to do this. Just celebrated their win by eating horse poo. What? Oh. Like you won the bet.
Oh, they won and they ate the horse poo?
No, well, I'm just saying, what kind of a bet where
exactly.
you win, your team wins, involves you eating horse poo?
Right, because if you lost, what would you have to eat? What's worse than horse poo?
Exactly, right. This isn't an exaggeration, everybody. He celebrated. He wasn't a bet or anything.
Whoa.
He was so excited. Yeah, the Eagles won! He got right down on his hands and knees in front of a pile of horse poop and took a bite.
Whoa.
And of course, a crowd of his fellow Philadelphians gathered around,
To
egging
film
him
it.
on and filming it.
Oh my God, that is not what you do when you win. You hug, you cheer, you turn cars over, you climb flagpoles.
Right, you stand on awnings that are going to break.
Right, exactly. You don't jump into a pile of horse crap and take a bite.
Well, there is unedited video of him. There's a huge crowd, and then they start calling him he's a Philadelphian.
That's disgusting. Like, that makes me think he has some weird fetish with horses or something, or he's just weird.
Yeah, right. I'm going both.
He's wasted for sure.
Wasted for sure.
Although, it's just a matter of time before, like, scientists believe that there are health benefits to eating horse poop.
Exactly.
Right.
Live forever with horse poo today.
Put it in your smoothie. Call or text us now
I'm so excited.
on the YOLO Rum phone line.
Alexa, will you be my friend?
Of course we can be friends. 303-728-3420.
You seem very nice.
You can always hit us up with anything, but we are asking the question, if somebody comes to work sick, are they a hero or an a-hole?
We are asking that. So
I lean a-hole unless if they make my job easier.
right.
And they're in payroll. A-hole rhymes with payroll.
No, yeah, it does in a weird way.
Right.
So this is Karina on the text line. My employer is completely okay with us staying home and not spreading germs. I'm staying in with pink eye and a cold today.
Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely pink eye could spread all over, and kind of everything can. So, yeah, I like bosses that are like, you get better. You work hard. You work too hard. Relax.
Yes.
Get well.
Right.
And the thing is, what I found out, and I've never been a boss, per se, of people, but I have learned that the good bosses know when to take advantage of moments that are going to happen anyway.
Yep.
So, like, if you're about to take vacation, you have one of two bosses. A frustrated boss that's now mad you're going to be gone, and how are we going to do this? And, well, hurry back.
Yeah, right.
They're mad. Or you have a boss that already knows it's going to happen anyway, and he's smart enough to go, you take that time off, you work hard, you kill it here, enjoy your time off.
Right.
That's all they need to say. And the same if you're sick. A good boss knows you're sick already and that you're going to miss, so he should take advantage of the opportunity to look like the good guy and go, take care of yourself. You feel better.
Right.
Even though inside he's like, bitch, get your ass to work, dumbass.
Well, as I say, you sound so sincere when you say,
I know.
Hey, you're a good person. You deserve it. You take the time off.
That's what a good boss says.
Yes, but yet when I had my maternity leave, it was only 2 weeks after the kid, and Larry was like, "Can we do a call with you? Can we get you on the air?"
I just said before the break, I said that as long as if it affects me, for sure you're coming in.
Okay.
Even if you there was one time Kathy called and she's like, I had my hand out the car and somebody drove by and my pinky just got cut off, and I was like, well, what time will you be here?
Right.
You're gonna have to apply pressure anyway, so I'll help you.
You got to come in. We can talk about it.
Exactly. Maybe somebody on the air knows how to fix that. Did you grab the end of your finger? Is it in ice?
Yeah, that's what Larry did.
I'll see you in 15.
This on the text line says, I support my wife and 2 boys, so there's no way I can afford to call in, especially since I make my money off of consistent overtime. If I call in, I miss out on more money since the sick pay doesn't contribute to my hours. What really sucks is I only get 5 hours of sleep a night, and I work 60 hours a week.
Well, you wanted to be straight and married.
Hey, I get less than 5. So
I'm getting around.
You.
I'm getting the same.
It sucks.
It sucks. Yeah, you kind of got to get it in segments where you can.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This one says, I prefer my employees to call out sick so they don't infest the rest of us. But for me, I can't. I'm a single mom and the boss. So too many people rely on me. So I go in.
You know what you got to do is you have to find a boss that has that theory. That's like, don't come in and get everybody else sick, especially me. You have to have a boss that has that mentality. So when you're not sick and you say you're sick, he's like, get your ass home.
Yeah, go.
Right. I'm sorry. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I will. You're all, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I remember the good old days of, well, I mean, I never would really call in sick, but when I would, there were days that you'd be like, you know what? I just don't feel like going in today. I don't want to do that. You know,
every time you reach for the snooze button, that's what I feel.
Yeah,
I'm just like, not
every day
today.
you think that, but not in this job.
Right,
we have
right.
to come in.
No, for sure. But I mean, they're like, even when you have probably the best job in the whole world, you know, Trump's like, can I call in sick?
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
I would.
Right.
This one on the text line says, I'd rather a coworker call in sick. The flu is no joke. I can't have that spreading around my house, even though it did. I call in when I'm feeling sick. My company policy is to call in, don't spread it.
Okay, well then I'm okay with that as long as you're really sick.
Yeah. Well, or, you know, you just need that day off.
Well, like the thing is, it's like I have limited going out in public anyway because of what the news is saying about how everybody's so sick. So if I don't need anything and I don't need to be somewhere,
don't go.
Right. And so,
and that's how society's going to get. Like, we're going to.
Oh, no, for sure.
We're eventually, like, more of us will be having our groceries delivered. More of us won't be. We'll be shopping online for clothes.
For this to actually be effective and to work, what you're saying, they only have to change one thing.
What? Who has to change one thing?
Society.
Okay.
Okay. So if eventually we're just going to stay home.
Okay.
They have to put first run movies on TV when they hit at the theater
right,
on Friday.
Exactly.
So if my fat ass can stay home and watch the new Star Wars
Yes.
movie and pay $20 for it, I'd rather do that than sit next to somebody who's the flu.
sick. Right, totally. Because they have the day off, so they might as well take it a movie.
Right, and I can
Thanks.
pause it and take a doocer at home and come back to it.
How much would you pay for a new release? Like Black Panther comes out in a week.
Okay, so here's what I would say.
Would you?
If it was, let's say it was $50, let's say for the on demand.
Yeah.
I think I could find 5 friends to kick in $10.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It
You know
would
what I
come
mean?
over $50.
Right.
It might come to that one day.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
This one on the text line says, hey guys, just listened to yesterday's show, heard the news about Wiggins.
Yeah.
I'll miss him, but I totally understand why he's making that decision, and I support him 100%.
Listen, we support him 100% too.
Yes.
We're just banking on the fact he's not going to find anything.
Are you crazy?
I'm kidding.
He's
I
so
love our
talented.
little Wiggins.
He's so talented. He's going to find something.
I know.
Yeah.
Especially if like your name's Harvey and you work at a movie company.
Oh,
He
yeah.
would love to work for you.
With that said, says the texter, producer Balti's hilarious and has a cool sounding voice. I like his opinions. Can we keep him?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I know, but we just got used to Bill Clinton laughing during the show.
We did,
There it went.
On the text line, this one says, Larry, I've been craving voodoo donuts since you guys mentioned it. And now you brought it up again. I've never had them, and I'm pregnant wanting that chocolate donut you talk of.
It is so amazing. But here's the one you have to get. They make a understated donut because all their donuts look so fabulous and they have all this, cereal and peanut butter and Oreos.
Bubble gum and grape ape and
So they have this understated donut. It comes in a bar and it's made of the same stuff that you make cornbread muffins.
Oh my God!
Okay,
yes, this
right.
one's delicious. Isn't
Right.
it like the voodoo specialty?
Right,
or
it's
something?
like the employee donut.
Yeah.
And then so they take that donut and they fry it and then they coat it in like icing, just like
A
clear
glaze.
icing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
You've
is
had that one, right, Bolty?
Yeah, I have.
beyond.
God, that's good.
It'll be your favorite donut there.
Okay, so we're all meeting. We have a meeting today, the three of us.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you my credit card, Larry, and you guys are going to buy some donuts for the meeting at noon.
Well, I have some bad news for you. I just ate some Mexican food and I just started my diet.
Like the Mexican food was your last meal?
It'll flush everything out.
It's true. That's how you start your cleanse.
Right. Yeah. No, we have to.
You don't need any carbohydrates backing you up now.
I could probably find it in my heart to eat one donut, but I'm not going to eat 2. I'm just telling you now.
Balti, I'll send you with the card. Get
All right,
more than
right.
2 for Larry.
I just want a chocolate raised.
That's why I want the chocolate raised and the one you just talked about, the cornbread one.
Oh my God.
Okay, anyways, back to the text line.
Yeah, we got fat distraction. It's called a fat distraction. A fat
distraction.
Yeah.
This one says, for me, regarding people calling in sick or coming in sick, there's a line between hero and a-hole.
Right.
when it comes to working while sick. If it's a cold for a few days with no fever and you know how to wash and disinfect, then bring your butt to work and let me build my immunities a little bit.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay. On the other hand, if you got the flu, you got a fever, you got body aches, coughing and sneezing everywhere for a week or more, you better quarantine yourself, you a-hole.
Yeah, for real. Like if it involves a fever, you have something that's spreadable at that moment because you're in fever.
Yes, right.
Right. And then like if you share a common space or you're in a tight situation, it's like being on a plane next to somebody who's coughing.
Yeah.
Kill me.
What are you going to do? Now
Just
you're right next to...
kill me. Can't they sit in the bathroom? Can't they sit in the jump seat?
I would put him in the jump. Well, you know what? Just to hit that button where they just... and they just get shot right out the plane.
It's not the space shuttle.
Oh, it's not? I've seen that in a movie. Harrison Ford was in it. You
Right.
just hit a button and boom,
Airlock.
there they go.
They did that to a mini-me. And
Oh, yeah, they did it to Mini-Me, too.
hit us up, 303-728-3420. Let us know if somebody coming to work is a-hole or a hero.
Right.
You can also call us.
Yes, you can call us at 303-728-3420. But coming up next, everybody.
Oh, yeah. We have been getting into some
Not
of our
we,
the
Larry.
archives. Well, no. We just were going through our archives and we're like, oh, man, there's a bunch of crank calls that we haven't played on this show because before this, I had my own podcast, Larry Ulibarri Uncensored. And so we have so many that we have never played on this show. So we're about to play a real good one.
A crank call.
Well, this was actually a wrong number call.
Okay.
And the weirdest thing is we were set up in the studio and everybody was sitting down and I got some numbers and we were about to make
A crank call, right. And
And
somebody
then the
just
phone
happened to-
rang.
okay.
And then we were like, and this lady started talking. So I was like, I became who she wanted me to be.
Oh, God.
But when you listen to the call, in the beginning, I don't know what voice to do because I'm just doing my regular voice.
Okay.
So I go through probably 5 or 6 different voices before I settle on what I think her friend sounds like.
Okay.
But the thing is, she thinks I'm the guy the whole time.
Are you kidding?
It's insane. That's
Okay.
coming up next on
Okay.
Blazing It Radio.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Now with more us.
They're just really funny.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathy. Just using the word snack is going to make you gain weight. Tell me about it. I say snack all day, and look at me.
See, I don't say it at all. I just find a snack.
Yeah.
I don't need to say it.
Speaking of, here's my credit card for you to buy the donuts from Voodoo Donuts for our meeting today.
I feel like I'm supposed to be like her friend right now and go, we don't need donuts. And then give her credit card back and then get me 2 on the way home anyway. No, I'm just kidding.
Balti, here's my card. I need you to go to Voodoo Donuts.
No, we're going to go get Safeway and put them in that pink box and see if we can fool her.
No, I won't.
You know I'll know.
I will know. So the word snack, it'll help you gain weight. How? Well, according to a new study in the UK, snack might make you eat more than if you called it a small meal.
Okay.
So 2 groups of women were given the same amount of pasta. One group ate it while sitting at a table, so it was more like a meal.
Okay.
The other group was told, here's a quick snack.
Okay.
So
I'd
they
be like, great snack.
and
pasta.
they ate it out of a plastic bowl while they were standing up.
Okay.
Okay. So then that little difference of your brain thinking it's a meal versus just a snack on the go.
Oh, wow.
Same amount of food. Later on, researchers said yes.
It's digested differently because your mind thinks a meal is a meal.
Yes,
it's
and
not- what?
and it starts you craving the other things that come. So those who had it as a snack later on were consuming twice as many of the sweets that were put out than the people that sat down at the meal and
Had a
had it.
meal because after you have a meal, you're like, well, I can't be a pig and have more than one dessert.
But snackers feel like I just had a little snack,
no,
so I
that's-
could have 2 desserts.
That's the problem. A lot of people will do is in their day, they'll be like, well, I only had like 1 egg and a piece of toast.
Yeah.
I could have that other thing. And then if you're like, well, I only had that, then I guess I can make up for it by having a thicker lunch.
You totally do. I
Right.
do, and technically I snack all day.
Right.
That's the problem. Is I
That's-
got to realize that was your breakfast.
Right.
This was your lunch.
Right. We don't have regular jobs because you go to a job where there's fake food all the time. Not fake food. It's
Yeah.
like fake meal times.
Right, all
Like-
the time because
right.
it's something that was brought in by a chef
Right.
or somebody dropped this off.
Right.
And those are snacks.
And
I'm
they-
standing eating those little things.
Right. And you don't get a whole meal when you do your segment. You just get a couple bites. So then you probably think, well, I really haven't had lunch.
Totally, even though I just had a slider.
Right.
That was just a snack. Because,
Right.
Because it didn't come with fries and stuff. It was
Right.
just an individual slider.
I just have a feeling there's probably like at least 3 girls there at the TV station that are like, I'll just have the smell of the food. That's plenty.
You know, there are.
Right,
And you know who also, I feel so bad. It hurts my heart because I've known him since college. But Ken Clark. We love Ken.
Yeah.
Right. So he totally will, I'll be like, let's go grab something to eat. And he'll be like, I can't. Like, he really worries
like,
about gaining weight, being on TV. And I'm like, here I am next to him going, what do you have to worry about? People will love you for who you are.
So if you're funny enough, you can eat whatever you want. And then Chris Prenti went,
But you know who really eats that it makes me happy? Because a lot of ladies, they'll have like a bite. Or, you know, like Shaw Turner one day, I was like, have a cupcake. And she looked at it and she's like, that's too much frosting. That'll send my sugar into overdrive. And I was like, for real, one cupcake?
That'll make me stop and get a whole cake before I get home.
Right, maybe. It could be. I don't know
It's a trigger.
I don't know the triggers, right. But Megan O'Halloran, the chick that does the morning show
She's got a great
on Fox
bod.
31, great body. For sure. And she's cool as hell.
Right.
But she eats. Like that chick, like whenever somebody leaves something, sometimes there is a big burger or a lobster roll or something. And she'll be like, yeah, I'll take that whole thing. And she'll be over there like chowing down. And I'm always like, where are you putting this?
Even Dutra was like, who ate the rest of my dog's food? Megan's like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I thought that
said it was
for people.
Right. It said it was rib flavor. It was. It was delicious.
Tasted like real meat.
I like people that can eat.
Oh, for sure.
Yes. So think about that, everybody. Just by calling something a snack instead of a meal makes you feel like you haven't eaten much, so you will overindulge
So basically,
in the next meal.
You know, sometimes they say, like, there's that argument, 3 squares a day. And then there's the argument, 5 small meals.
Yes.
So I think if you have those small meals, you're like, well, I've only had little tiny bird meals. I may as well have a big fat hamburger and a bunch of fries.
So you're going to Voodoo Donuts today, right?
All right. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Speaking of Fat America, I have more.
Why do you look at us when you say that? She looked right at us.
Because
Bolty.
you're the two in the room.
Fat America. She's
Okay.
like you guys.
Balti,
We're a team on this.
No, you're the two in the room that I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Okay. Google figured out the pizza, barbecue, coffee, steak, and burger capitals of America.
Okay, that was a lot.
Okay, so let's go with pizza. Who is the pizza capital, you guys?
I want to say New York.
Yeah, or Chicago.
Yeah, but everybody loves pizza. But I mean, it's got to be a highly densely populated New York.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, Edgewater, Colorado. It's the little pizza place.
I'll let you do your guesses again after I
Okay.
tell you how Google came to these conclusions. So Google analyzed what types of restaurants people are going to the most in every city to find the capital of a bunch of different cuisines. Okay, so does that
so I would
change
imagine.
your opinion?
Well, I'd imagine
In what city do they Google pizza and go to like pizza near me?
a fat city.
That's
like,
all of America.
well, I would say like people in Los Angeles, like we gave up pizza years ago. We eat flatbread with nothing on it.
Right. Okay. So you said you still go to New York and
I
Chicago?
don't know. That New
Okay.
York sounds like a pizza kind of place.
You guys are close. It's Detroit.
Okay.
Have you
That's
had-
the kind of city where you deliver the pizza and they punch you and just take the pizza and run away. And then somebody took your car.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Was that pizza worth it?
That's why they're getting drones.
Have you had Detroit style pizza?
I think it's probably Chicago style,
No,
isn't it?
Detroit's like it's square.
Oh, like Sicilian.
And then they do something with the cheese, so the cheese like burns on the outside of it. It's like so it's like a crusty.
It's like one of their
cheese.
neighborhoods all burned down and empty.
It looks like Flint.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste like Flint.
Right.
Okay, so what do you think?
The dough water is made with Flint, Michigan water.
Exactly.
Kind of rusty.
Mexican capital of America city.
Oh, God, I want to say L.A.
Texas.
Yep.
Oh, it is.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Ding, 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 ding.
San Antonio, Texas.
Well, that's Tex-Mex, ma'am.
The Mexican capital, San Antonio. Who do you think this one might? The Chinese capital of America. Chinese
China.
cuisine.
It's
Going
in
to China.
Washington State.
Good guess, but no.
San Francisco.
New York City.
Oh, damn it.
And where do you think the barbecue capital is?
Texas.
Memphis, Tennessee.
It is Memphis, Tennessee. Did you see these?
No, I just know that they're good barbecue
I'm
down
pretty
there.
sure Bolty printed that
Are you
ish
sure
out.
Balti? Yeah,
No, I
Balti was printing these, wasn't he?
no.
He can know some stuff too, you know. He's smart.
I can eat. Look at me.
Sandwich capital. I'm going to give it to you. I don't think.
Yeah.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't have guessed that.
Were you going to? Oh, okay. Burger capital.
Anywhere USA?
True.
Yeah.
DC.
Okay.
Yeah. And you got your best steakhouse capital in...
I know why Washington is the burger capital of Washington, D.C.
Why?
Because everybody's always saying, it's a nothing burger. That's a nothing burger.
In Washington?
Yeah, when they, like, Trump's like, this whole Russia
gotcha,
thinks a
right,
nothing
okay,
burger.
So
Like,
Washington, D.C. would be right.
Like when
okay.
you eat it and there's no meat to it.
That could be.
It's a nothing burger.
Steakhouse capital is Indianapolis. These two, though, I think you guys could guess. Seafood capital.
Ooh, somewhere fishy. Where's a lot of women live?
Somewhere.
Oh,
Oregon?
yes. Shut up.
Oregon.
I want to say...
No, come on, think.
Oh,
Seafood.
you know where the Space
East
Needle
Coast.
is.
Seattle?
Seattle.
Okay, no, you're thinking fish market. I'm
Yeah.
thinking think just fish. It's in every single cuisine.
New Hampshire.
Really?
I don't know.
You're going
East
to
Coast,
give
Maine.
her-
Maine.
Okay, Maine would be a good choice, but no, damn it. Your in-laws.
Louisiana.
New Orleans.
Okay.
New Orleans.
Okay.
Come on.
Creole.
Right.
Yeah.
You got shrimp gumbo, shrimp
Yeah.
front,
Fried shrimp, steamed shrimp.
Exactly. And the coffee capital. Come on.
Seattle.
Seattle. Exactly.
Yeah, Dr. Evil's headquarters.
Yes.
On top of Starbucks.
And now,
All tea, all shade, hunty.
Celebrity Trash and Bash with Larry, Kathy, and Wiggins.
can I get an amen up in here? Sponsored by the Mike Sewell Law Firm. Call 303 Good Law. Here's Kathy J.
Justin Timberlake had plans to use a Prince hologram instead of the sheet that came down that
Right.
they projected Prince onto during the Super Bowl.
Right.
Originally, it was supposed to be a hologram, and Justin backed out of that at the very last minute.
Because Prince had publicly stated that he wasn't into
Holograms. Yes.
So it's kind of like I wonder if Prince would have been like, a projected image is fine. I don't like holograms. They're demonic.
Yeah.
That's what Prince said.
Right. That was his direct quote.
Right. No, he did say they were
Yeah, I
demonic.
do remember that. Right.
Right.
And it was like in 2003 or something.
You have to look at my Instagram.
Oh, no.
Because I posted a picture. It's Justin Timberlake performing with the image of Prince, but it's Dave Chappelle as Prince. Go
People
on
must have been dying.
Larry Ulibarri at our Instagram.com/Larry Ulibarri.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that cracked me up.
What did he?
Oh.
The stories of him playing basketball with his heels on.
He's all, does anybody want pancakes?
Yeah, Dave Chappelle is hilarious. Okay, so Justin Timberlake was 100% ready to use the hologram. He was ready to go, but nixed it due to backlash from social media and Prince fans. That's why he had the sheet put up.
Oh, okay.
Prince's longtime pal Sheila E. tweeted that Timberlake was not going to use the hologram after she spoke to him Saturday.
Oh.
She said, "Family, I spoke with Justin tonight and he shared heartfelt words of respect for Prince and the Purple fans. There will be no hologram."
He's all, even though they spent $2 million on it.
Right,
You know what
exactly,
I mean?
right.
That's where all the budget
Pepsi's
went.
like, great.
Awesome.
Right.
And now Prince is in a warehouse just hanging out as a hologram. What am I supposed to do? They're like, we don't know yet. We're looking for something for you.
Justin Timberlake doesn't want Sheila E. though, doesn't want it out there that Sheila E. is the reason why he changed his mind. He's saying he nixed the hologram personally.
Well,
He
yeah,
said he
'cause
just said
you're
no.
the boss.
He felt,
You have to.
He felt it was too soon. The hologram was weird, and Prince did tell me to make sure nobody ever did a hologram of him.
So then why would you put $2 million into it, idiot?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
You just thought the rules could change because you were in Minneapolis.
Right, and because Prince is dead and he can't defend himself, well, his short little sister has something to say about it.
Yeah, she
And
does.
she is loving life.
She is.
She never flies commercial now.
Never.
Never.
Right, ever. There she goes. Raven Simone
Who looks like Prince's sister.
picked a fight. Yeah, totally.
Uh-huh.
Picked a fight with Jay-Z and T.I. and some other rappers that were hanging out at a Rock Nation event last week.
Okay, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, this is where she stabbed it with a knife.
So that she kind of Kathy Jade it?
No. The picture was originally posted by...
Oh, it's a picture.
Yeah, picture was originally posted by Speech from Arrested Development. And it's Jay-Z and a bunch of other rappers at the Rock Nation event.
Okay. Oh, she
So,
said something.
Speech posted that along with the caption on how these guys all became rich and successful by perpetrating the worst black stereotypes out there.
It was a different time, everybody.
So Raven Simone reposted it to show she agreed. And T.I., who's one of the dudes in the picture, responded to Raven by posting the following quote: "Every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. The air must be thin as hell up there on that high horse you sitting on.
Whoa.
Yeah, well.
He's all, and trust me, I know how to talk to an ugly lady.
I dated one.
Married
he's
one.
all, I had 3 kids with one.
Yeah.
So don't try to out ugly Tiny. You don't scare me.
Speaking of Jay-Z, Beyonce's dad. Oh, Matthew, what the hell are you saying? He says that it was Beyonce's light skin. That's one of the reasons for her success.
He's all, that's why she's my favorite.
It wasn't because she's your daughter.
He's all, it goes in the order of lightness to darkness. He goes, I leave Kelly at the end.
Kelly's at the
Right.
end, yep. So
He's like, go to get a paint sample. And you got your shades of
Get your shades,
brown.
right.
You got your Beyonce.
Right. There is a Beyonce.
You got your
shade.
Solange.
Right.
Yeah, then you got your Michelle. And then your Kelly.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
All the way to the mom.
So Matthew has a new book out called Racism from the Eyes of a Child. Racism. In a new interview with Ebony magazine, he talks about what it was like to grow up in the South in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So that's fine. You can talk about it.
But being his age, already he's going to say something wrong.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I mean?
It's one of those.
Coming.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Careful.
Careful.
Matthew Knowles. It's so funny. It's so funny. The quote in parentheses before I read it says "careful." Okay. Once again, this is a quote from Matthew Knowles. Kathy's just reading it.
The views of Larry and Kathy do not necessarily represent that of Matthew Knowles.
Yeah. Okay. So Matthew Knowles says, when I was growing up, my mother used to say, "Don't ever bring no."
Careful.
I can't even say the quote.
I got it. Don't bring dark chocolate home. Bring milk chocolate home.
Then, to more or less, the shade of your blackness was considered important. So, unfortunately, I grew up hearing that message.
Isn't that weird?
I mean, and Beyonce's mom is a beautiful, light-skinned lady.
Well, I was told
Matthew loved her, married her.
I was told. So my family's Hispanic, and my grandma, my dad's mom, she was blonde hair and blue eyed, right?
Okay.
So, and then my grandpa was definitely brown, like, definitely like permatan.
Okay.
I mean, but he didn't really look like he looked more
tan?
Spaniard
Okay.
than Mexican.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, but like the thing is, some of the family definitely took on darker attributes and some took on lighter attributes.
Yes.
And I was told later in life, I learned this later, that my grandma favored the lighter crew. Right. And it was weird because I was like,
sucks.
that's crazy. And I remember
Your own
spending a ton
kin.
of time over there with all the people that were the whiter ones. And so I never knew that there was being
So you were favored.
right.
Okay.
And so in other words, so like I didn't know that was a conscious decision. I thought, oh, okay, these are just the cousins I'm closest with.
Right.
And it was like, Rhonda, Vanette, like the blondery
How
people.
crazy.
Yeah, I know. And I didn't know my grandma was racist or playing favorites with her own family.
Right, totally.
And thank you, Matthew Knowles.
And Matthew even actually thought that his wife Tina, Beyonce's mom,
She too dark.
that she was white.
Oh.
And
thought
soon
she
he
was
learned
white.
that she was very much in tune with her blackness, he said.
Yeah, it was the first time she had to kick him out of the house for cheating.
Yeah, right.
He's the first time he
first of many.
The first time he took a frying pan to the back. He's like, yeah, she's black.
Then Matthew Knowles says, when it comes to black females who are the people who get their music played on pop radio, think about it. Mariah Carey, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, my girls, what do they all have in common? Lighter skin.
It's true, but I mean, it's
You
like...
hate to think that because you want to say that it's their talent and the fact that they're hot and they're a triple threat. They dance, they sing.
I know, but there's a reason in my mind that Beyonce's usually blonde and not anything else. You know what I mean?
Why her hair is always blonde?
Right, she always leans blonde.
She does always want to be
Right.
blonde. All right. And finally, Selena Gomez. She went to rehab again.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Wow. So,
She's not talking about it like out and about, but sources are saying she recently underwent a 2-week stint at a luxury facility, Privé Suisse in Connecticut.
Okay, that tells me I was wrong.
About?
Larry Ulibarri, have to admit I was wrong.
Really?
Yeah, I have to apologize to Kathy and some listeners.
That you said that she needed to be back with Justin, and obviously
And it was a
wasn't good
bad
for her.
influence.
Good job, Larry. Yes.
And I was hoping for the best for them, but obviously he brought the stuff with him. He's like, oh, sorry, I may have left some Vicodin and some Sandy bars.
Have some of
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, that pile of Molly, you can just throw it away or do it.
Right. Isn't this great, Selena?
Right.
So we hear she participated in the wellness program there. That's 2 weeks long. It's designed for individuals.
It's the quickie. It's for the superstar that's on the move.
Yes, it's designed for people needing a retreat from high-profile, always-on lifestyles.
Right. So there's no paparazzi, and
You know what? I'm sorry. You have all the money in the world. It's called get a yacht, go out in the middle of Saint-Tropez or wherever the hell, somewhere that nobody goes, the Galapagos Islands, wherever the hell your money could take you, and be there for 2 weeks.
And be slick about it.
Yeah.
And employ a Selena Gomez lookalike.
Yeah.
There's a girl on Instagram that is a dead ringer for her, and I don't know why she's not already employed.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, there goes
There you
Selena.
go. There goes
and
Selena.
She can take her sunglasses off, and they'll be like, that's really her.
Yeah, totally.
And then they would follow her.
Yes,
Let
if you
her-
need a break, you
Right.
have the money to get yourself a break, especially if you can spend $120,000 for a month at this other place.
So here's Selena Gomez. She takes the lookalike.
Yes.
Go that way. All the paparazzi. Everybody follow her.
Yeah, hey, Selena.
Right. And then they all leave. And then she's like, now I'll just go to the right and do some drugs. Yeah. Open in the park. She's just in there.
And people go, buy that? No, that's not
not
Selena.
her.
No, that's just a lookalike.
Right.
Yeah.
Blazing Hit Radio.
I love that morning show.
Now with more us.
They wake me up.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathy.
In the morning, in the shower.
In the tub, on the toilet.
We're there with you.
In the garage with the car running and everything shut just because I'm sad.
No, don't be sad.
Yeah, don't be sad.
Laugh with us.
I only want to be alive. Okay, so we were going through the archives and we found something that hasn't aired on this show yet. As we're on Blazing Hit Radio, this was part of my podcast.
Yes, your Yuli Uncensored podcast.
Right, and so the setup is basically we were about to make some crank calls, and somebody called us on our line. It was the wrong number, and I can adapt pretty easy when somebody calls with the wrong number because we've done that before on the show.
Right.
And so we usually just go with it.
Yes. Remember some guy one time, a country dude, called up thinking you were Gloria, a DJ that used to work at our station.
Right. And he was like, hey, Taco Tote. I met you, Gloria.
Right.
And I was like, I was talking like this the whole time. Like Eddie Murphy's mom.
So you getting a
I'm
wrong
ready
number is very dangerous.
Or fun.
Yes.
So again, I was just you got to listen in the beginning because I'm trying to adapt to who I think she's talking to, and I must go through 4 or 5 different voices before I settle on one. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
That she stayed with me that long.
That's awesome.
But yeah, this is it.
And since they just called and there was no ring, it was just like pick up and it goes.
Right.
Okay.
This is her.
Hello?
Chester?
Yeah.
It's Kathy. Why are you answering Brooks' cell phone?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was just sitting right there.
I'm just totally in shock that you would pick up a ringing phone.
I know.
I'm speechless.
How are you?
Could be a first.
How are you?
I'm good. It sounds like you have the crud in your nose.
I do.
I'm sorry.
I got it in my ass, too.
Oh, God, me too. I had to go on antibiotics. It was coming out of every orifice. It's disgusting.
How are you?
I'm okay, all things considered.
Good.
Yes. Yes. Jamie and Mike are actually coming over for dinner tonight.
Oh, nice.
Nice. They're doing good, and we had Lori and her guy last Saturday, and Lori got a job, so the world is
great. That's great. Now, who's Lori seeing?
Lori's seen this guy who's a biomedical engineer.
Oh.
A nice, quiet guy. No
Finally,
drama.
a quiet guy.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a good thing.
Good.
So you approve?
I approve.
All right, then. So, Chester...
Yes?
Do you know when Brooks's tickets are going to come out for her event?
Yes.
Because I'm afraid they're going to be online when I'm up in the mountains and we don't get Wi-Fi up there.
Do you want me to just set some aside?
Well, you have the... Well, I thought we were supposed to go online, Brooks said, and order them the minute she sends us the link.
Right.
But we're going out...
Well, then I'll grab them. Why don't I do it?
Because they're coming out this week, right?
Right.
Okay, so if they come out after Wednesday, if you would do that and then tell me, and then I'll send you a check.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second.
Hey, as long as I'm able to get to where I need to go by myself
Yeah.
and not fall on the way,
Okay.
I'm a happy camper.
Right.
It's when you start with the falling and you can't do things on your own.
Eventually, we're gonna all have that little button.
No,
the
I'm
life alert.
I'm
Help!
gonna
I've
be-
fallen and I can't get up.
No, I'm going to be dead before that happens.
Don't say something like that.
Oh, Chester, I think, by the time you get there, you'll be so old and decrepit, it'll be time to be done anyway.
We should go out in a big overdose. Let's take some of the drugs these kids are taking now.
And just do it.
Yeah, let's take some ecstasy and have sex.
What is it? Oh, come on, there's a name for it. It's called,
Missionary.
Yes, thank you.
Missionary. Lip to
missionary.
lip, eye to eye.
Yeah, you go.
There you go.
No, hopefully.
We're being naughty.
It would be good if it could even go that way.
Right?
Right?
Right. Well, I'll get the tickets. You call me when you get back, and I will nab them, and we can figure it out later.
Okay, so get two, one for me and one for Mark.
Of course.
Okay, thank
All right.
you, Chester.
I love you.
Love you, too.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was like a road. We traveled a road, and then we got off trail. Then we got stuck in the mud.
Yeah.
That was a crazy ride. That was a crazy ride.
But
And she was down.
Yeah.
There was
she
some
was down,
chemistry.
right?
There's some chemistry.
Like she's thought of you, Chester.
And how did I end up at this voice when I started at this voice?
Yeah, you
I was like,
did.
hey, how are you? And then I ended up, hey.
Right.
She's like, and it would be good if it could go that way, wouldn't it?
She did say that.
I know.
I caught that. But then at the end, you got to get some. I still didn't understand what she was asking for. She was asking for tickets somewhere, but then she didn't want to be lost when she got up there because there might not have been Wi-Fi.
Right, and he was gonna buy the tickets because he was down here.
But tickets to what?
I don't know, but
Okay.
that girl's thing. And then the guy said, she said, tickets for me. And then she mentioned a guy's name.
Morty.
Clearly she's with somebody.
You're right, but obviously she wants to do the other with Chester.
Yeah, I feel dirty after that call. We'll be back to after we take a shower.